She's been in that 35-second window long enough. So pumped. We talked to her before. She's been gracious to us. Can't wait to get into Orlando tomorrow. We got media day, then weigh-ins, and then, of course, fight night for PFL Orlando. Probably the face of female MMA in the PFL right now. Let's introduce Liz Carmouche. Liz, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Are you in Orlando yet?
I am. Yeah, I actually got here on Saturday night.
Oh, nice. Got PFL got you in early. First of all, how's everything going? How's life going? How's going into another world tournament? How's Liz Carmouche right now in 2025?
I'm feeling good. It's been a smooth camp. I train out of San Diego and Virginia Beach, both of which, both coaches, both teams. We feel really prepared for this fight, especially going into the season.
Love it.
Awesome. Yeah. At the end of the season last year, obviously you had the first weight hiccup we've ever seen in your career. You've always been so professional with the cut. How do you feel this time around? Obviously having to cut weight a little bit less this season and having these fights a little bit more spread out.
Yeah. So this time I hired a nutritionist rather than doing things on my own, to where, I'm starving myself. We're killing it, trying to do the sauna and still nothing's coming off and just cooking my brain for 4 hours. I hired a nutritionist, and so far everything's going great. And I just have confidence that she has everything, and I'll just be the good Marine that follows the entire plan and doesn't stray from that. So I'm just going to let them take the wheel, and I trust that everything will go a lot smoother.
You brought up being a good Marine. Are you the kind of fighter that I want to be told what to do? I know I like to know everything from my coaches. I want do X, Y, Z. Is that your style of training camp?
Yeah, kind of. I definitely don't like to watch tape on opponents and stuff. I end up overhumanizing, giving them way too much credit. It could be the worst fighter in the world. I'll be like, well, they could do this and beat me. And it's like, no, that's ridiculous. So I definitely like them to study everything. And yeah, of course, at the end of the day, I'm still a hard-headed Marine. So if you say, hey, go in there and front flip kicker, I'll be like, okay, go in and front flip kick. That's what you said to do, and that's what I do. So it certainly makes life a lot easier when we have a game plan going in.
We have a comment I think we should throw up on the screen just because somebody missed the news. Unfortunately, we're not going to see this fight this season, Jake. It says Liz versus Tyla final. Tyla Santos is out of the tournament. How did you take this news? Were you looking forward to meeting her again, possibly in this tournament?
Yeah, honestly, I'm super bummed about it. For one, I was really excited to see Velasquez versus Santos. That looked like such a good matchup.
Yeah.
That I was excited as a fight fan to see it. So super disappointed that we don't get to. Hoping that everything with her is okay. I have no idea what happened. But of course, I'm thinking, all right, we'll be in the finals. I'll rematch. I'll get redemption back. And now I'm like, I don't get to close that door. It's a lose-lose. So it's definitely difficult, but I'm sure that PFL will line up a great opponent that can replace her.
With that being said, Liz, you sound like, man, you really wanted that, the redemption. Would you be like, hey, if you win this thing or when you win this thing, 500K, 3 wins in a row, life's still good, right? Are you still happy? No doubt about it. That's, without Talia Santos.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, winning and just coming out on top, that's the ultimate win.
Yeah.
But it just would have been so much sweeter to have that cherry on top to take that win over Santos, especially in the finals. But hey, I'm just happy to be with PFL. I still have a job. I'm still fighting. I still have a chance to showcase everything that I want to.
Talking about the PFL, I was going to say this year with it not having a season, it's a tournament. We were there last week. It was great. And also, to be honest, it felt different. It really did feel more pressurized. Some of the fighters, we saw some of the bigger names maybe lose the first round, and you can tell them amp up right away. They're like, because you can't lose, 2 rounds and then come back. It puts more pressure on each round, almost even each position. Did you see that? Did you watch the first weeks, and did you feel that all through the screen, or were you kind of getting ready just for your fight?
Yeah, definitely getting ready for my fight. I had to catch it kind of after. And yeah, there's definitely that added pressure, but I honestly feel like there was more pressure before when you're like, man, I won the first round, but I didn't win fast enough. So I may not actually advance. That's an insane idea. This is a little bit easier knowing that if for some reason she's able to survive out of the first round, I'm not over there going, oh no, I'm not going to advance. I can still win in the second round. and come out on top. So it kind of takes a little bit of the stress off. I'm still gunning for the fastest finish that I can possibly get, like I've been trying to do, but not having that added pressure is certainly nice.
Sure.
And a lot of these girls are incredibly tough to finish. I think we see that more in the female divisions. So that is kind of an added pressure that some of the female fighters may have over some of the male divisions. Do you,
exactly.
You said you're like, I'm still fighting. You didn't make any allusions to the possibility of this being your last season, but 41 years young, how many more times do you want to do this?
As long as they'll let me, is I think until I do something that PFL really doesn't like, coming out on top and being able to win this tournament, come out of it with the belt, it's certainly a great stamp on the chapter of everything I'm trying to achieve. But I'm still healthy. Stem cells have carried me a long way, and I do things a lot smarter than I did in the early days. And I think that I'm just a late bloomer. So we're kind of later into the career that I'm having the successes and finding achievements that I couldn't find early in my career.
Liz, did you see that you've been elevated to the co-main event spot of this Friday's card? And you've done so much pay-per-views, Ron, everything else. You've done so much in the sport. Does that matter to you at all? Do you care? Is it just a later bedtime for you that night? But did you see that you've been elevated to the co-main event spot?
Yeah, when I saw and heard the rumor that Santos was out, I was like, oh, what do you want to bet? I'm just going to get slid up to the main card, which is great, except that I have my 9-year-old son, I have my wife, who are both like, that is too late, and they're coming out for the fights.
Yeah.
And then me looking at it, I was like, I don't get to have a happy meal after the fight when it's 2:00 in the morning, nothing's opening, and I'm not, Denny's isn't going to satisfy me. I want something really good. And so honestly, I was like, if there was a pay bump with that, like they used to do in the old days, where your standing was on the card is depending on how you got paid. Yeah, absolutely. That's great.
Sure.
But when it changes nothing and just kind of everybody's like, wait, she got moved? That's so late. I'm like, yeah, sorry guys. My bad.
Maybe we'll have to have a pizza waiting for you in the media room.
I was going to say, Liz, they had good food. We were there last week in Orlando. They had good food in the media room and where you guys are backstage. So I think there'll be a good snack for you for sure.
Yeah.
The last thing, at least for me, actually I got 2 or 3 more things, but one, I do want to there's a big elephant, I think, in the room of female PFL MMA, and that's Dakota Ditcheva. She was even talked about last week, and it was 2 men's weights kind of fighting. What's your thoughts on Dakota? Do you know, or do you have any information of not in it? What's going on with her and her future of this year?
Yeah, I at least know that for this tournament, she's not in it, right? Right. If she wasn't included as a name on this card, that's it, unless they magically are putting some weight class at the end. But, I could get from her point. This is simply what I'm guessing. I don't know for sure. But I imagine what they're trying to do is she wants to take some time off. She won 2 tournaments back to back. Right? She now doesn't have that doubt about what she's able to achieve. She's silenced everybody. So why not take a little bit of the break? And then at the end of the year, maybe it's champion versus champion. We'll see, which is kind of my guess. Or she could be making that transition to the UFC like we know that Kayla did and being her teammate, that could be that. But I think with everything she's doing promotionally for the PFL and still broadcasting her success and her happiness with them, I think it could be champion on champion later in the year.
You spoke on your disappointment not being able to redeem yourself over Taila Santos. Would being able to step up at the end of this tournament to fight Dakota, who finished Taila, would that be enough for you to be able to get that opportunity?
That would be amazing. I love the opportunity to face new people and face new talent. And what she's shown is that she's not a slouch on the ground. Everybody wasn't sure where she stood. And what she did prove is she is a force to be reckoned with there. So that makes it a lot more exciting on the prospect of going toe-to-toe with their standing against the cage on the ground, as opposed to well, if you go to the ground, we know it's done. So maybe I want to keep it standing a little bit longer. No, this leaves the idea that it could be really exciting no matter where it goes. So that would be a really great matchup.
Shout out. Question with that, even kind of comment. To me, it's a great honor to be hey, you are definitely this transition and pioneer of female MMA and the next evolution. Girls like Dakota Ditcheva, even girls like R.L. Dawson, who's fighting on the way up and getting into these big organizations. How is it? Do you carry that with love and respect? Is it something hey, it's not for me to do that? I'm just a fighter. Where are you at on kind of being a pioneer of just female MMA as a whole?
So it's kind of a little bit of both. So in one sense, it's like, all right, cool. Like, it's cool that I get to represent this and that I have any play in it because I never saw myself becoming that. And the other part's like, cool, if I have to be the first loss on your record and I have to welcome you to that feeling, but no better person to do it than me. Like I'm ready to keep doing that for people because it always seems like I get in those positions like, oh, they have this undefeated fighter. How? I don't think that Liz is going to have any success against her. And then I'm like, well, now I'm the only loss on your record or the first loss on your record. Sure. So I always welcome the opportunity to come out and to be the one to hand that to them.
Love it.
I love that.
Oh, anything else?
Just looking at not just the other side of the bracket, but the other side of the smart cage from you this upcoming week is Alara Joanne, who has already fought against some of the girls in the tournament. Like she's lost to, obviously Tyla is no longer in the tournament, but she lost to Tyla, she lost to Jenna Bishop, and she lost to Kana Watanabe as well, I believe. So seeing how, I know there's some time has passed, does that give you just immense confidence going into this tournament, knowing that you've competed and done better against some of the same competition she has? Or do you see that she is evolving?
Yeah, I definitely see that she's evolving. And there's one thing I've learned is MMA math doesn't math up. 2 + 2 does not equal 4. So often I face an opponent, I'm like, on paper, this is easy. And we go out there, I'm like, why was that so difficult? I don't understand. This should have been an easy knockout the park. And then we're having this hard fight. And I've seen her around and I know from just hearing from other people, she's putting in the work. So I know that she's growing and she's ready and she's learned from the mistakes and trying to go out there and prove a point. But I'm ready to smash her.
Love it. Love it. Liz, we always love talking to you. I'll be at Media Day tomorrow and the weigh-ins. Elle will be at the fights Friday night. So after you win, you guys can meet up. She'll get you the pizza for the whole family and everything. So we'll lock that in for Liz. We'll have a Liz Carmouche pizza ready for you. All right. We'll take care of that.
Thank you.
Awesome. We'll have a great fight week and smooth weigh-ins for the next couple of days. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you so much,
you too, Liz. Thank you. Liz Carmouche.
Always a class act.
Huh?
I said always a class act. Like just represents the sport so well.